thesmartlocal.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Rainer.
And I'm Adria.
And we're on yet another Insta Walk with Mnd. Together with NParks, we'll be exploring not one, but two green spaces right here in Singapore.
That's right, because today we'll be visiting the newly revamped Marsiling Park as well as the iconic Singapore Botanic Gardens.
Now, Singapore has over 350 parks and 4 nature reserves, so it's no wonder that we've gained a reputation as a city in a garden.
But most importantly, these green spaces provide a much-needed respite from the hustle and bustle of the city for Singaporeans of all walks of life.
Exactly! So without further ado, Adria, are you ready to check out these two parks?
Yes, let's go!
After a 2-year revamp, Marsiling Park reopened in April this year, making it one of the newest community parks in Singapore.
Amidst the flora and fauna of this park, there are 3 specially designed play areas for kids of all ages.
Not only can you enjoy these swings at Ribbonscape,
Or make some music and fun play.
you can also challenge yourself at Adventure Play's butterfly-shaped rope net playground.
I did see quite a few butterflies around, and the guide did tell us that they planted certain trees and plants that they knew would attract the butterflies to come in as well. So it's quite cool.
While a large part of Marsiling Park has been redeveloped, this stone bridge and the Chinese pavilions behind me have been around for more than 35 years, giving a traditional touch to the park's more modern surroundings.
Something else that has been retained in this park is this 3-story viewing tower, which gives visitors a bird's-eye view of the surrounding park and lake. While the structure of the tower has remained unchanged, it has since been enhanced with green landscaping to give it a fresh new look.
I think I saw the tower walk, as in the tower view, so it's looking really, really good. And it has a bird's-eye view of the entire Marsiling Park.
Marsiling Park, formerly known as Woodlands Town Garden, is one of the many community parks we have in Singapore to allow residents to get closer to green spaces. Several features have been introduced to bring people closer to nature. So for instance, there's the butterfly playground where we planted many butterfly attracting plants around the playground, as well as education signage to allow children to interact and understand more about butterflies and the plants. Boardwalks have been introduced around the scenic pond to bring people closer to the fauna. The western side of Marsiling Park, there's this sensitively enhanced mangrove to bring people closer to the nature, as well as allowing biodiversity to thrive.
After our little adventure at Marsiling Park, we are now at the Singapore Botanic Gardens. Now, many may not know this, but these gardens are over 150 years old.
That's right, and today it is widely regarded as one of our nation's most iconic landmarks, especially after it was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2015. Here's a fun fact. The Vandamis joachim is the first registered plant hybrid from Singapore and was subsequently selected as Singapore's national flower in 1981. Now, this majestic display of this very orchid is a favourite photo spot for both locals and tourists alike.
As iconic as the Singapore Botanic Gardens itself, the bandstand was built back in 1930 and has retained its original form over the years. It was once host to regular music performances, but today its elegant design has made it a popular spot for many wedding photo shoots.
Opened in 2017, the Learning Forest is one of the newest additions to Singapore Botanic Gardens.
This forest spans across 10 hectares where visitors can explore wetland and rainforest habitats via a network of boardwalks and elevated walkways.
One of the many sections in the Learning Forest is the bamboo setum, where you can find over 30 species of tropical bamboo, with some that can even grow up to 10 stories tall.
There's no better way to see all this greenery than via the SPH Walk of Giants, a 260-meter long and 8-meter tall elevated boardwalk. And as the name suggests, you'll be walking amongst towering trees that can grow up to 60 meters in height.
But if you're tired from all the walking, take a break at the canopy web where you can lie on these rope beds to gaze up into the trees' crowns.
Last but not least, we're at the Keppel Discovery Wetlands, a 1.8-hectare restoration project. It is home to plant species which are typical of freshwater forest wetland habitats in the region, which are highly endangered today.
Being conserved as one of the last few freshwater wetlands in Singapore. I think it's a good move forward because with so much urbanization in Singapore, it's getting more and more scarce. So it's good to have still maintain our greenery.
The Singapore Botanic Gardens is Singapore's first UNESCO World Heritage Site and an iconic national garden in the heart of our city. In the gardens, the Learning Forest has a plant collection of over 200 species, with highlights including the Keppel Discovery Wetlands and the SPH Walk of Giants, a bambusitum and a showcase of wild fruit trees. The elevated boardwalks provide unobstructed views that bring people close to the forest floor, mid-forest level and the canopy. The Learning Forest integrates with the garden's existing rainforest to strengthen the conservation of native flora and fauna. It also serves as an important reference for the ongoing research of restoration ecology around the region.
While some are taking a break here at the Learning Hut, many others are taking time to upload their best pictures onto Instagram.
And in a while, we'll find out the 3 people who got the best shots in both Marsiling Park and the Singapore Botanic Gardens.
We've come to the end of yet another TSL InstaWalk. Thank you Mnd and NParks for making all of this possible.
If you want more information on when and where the next InstaWalk is, don't forget to follow Mnd Singapore and the Smart Local SG on Instagram.
Until next time.
Woo!